The year of the snake kicked off with a quiet trading session Monday. Now, Ted, do you believe that this Chinese zodiac year is a bearish one for investors?
What, the year of the snake? Whoa, no, I wasn't aware of that. But Happy New Year to all your Chinese viewers. I don't know. I don't know if we can blame today's action on the Chinese New Year. But I think the market, generally speaking, is sort of at an inflection point. And I say that because we are at levels now that we were at in 2007 and that we were at in 2000. So, for the last 10 or 12 years, we really haven't gone anywhere. I mean, we have gone down a lot in the in the interim, but we're basically trading back at levels where we were in 2007, and now here we are, 2012-13. The last period that I remember like this was from the late 60s, 1968 or 9, through 1980, when the Dow struggled to get through 1,000 and traded as low as Dow 560, 570. So there was probably a 50% move from the highs to the ultimate trading lows, and that was also a 12 or 13 year period. There are some big differences between then and now. One is interest rates. In the 68 to 80 period, interest rates had been quite high, and so part of what helped fuel the market from the early 1980s on was ever lower interest rates during the Reagan years. And now we have zero interest rates. And so, you can't look for help from the interest rate environment to help the market. And I think the second is that the political environment today is much more toxic, let's just be kind and say much more difficult than and less accommodative than it was during the beginning of the Reagan presidency. So those are two major differences. Bringing it back to the inflection point, the question is really, can the market break through its current levels to new trading highs and sustain that breakout? The tape and the market are kind of saying yes, but I'm not sure that it's supported by the fundamentals. And so this is the dilemma that we all have. I don't have the answer. I'm not sure that anybody does, but I think we need to keep in mind that we are, yes, at the upper end of those trading ranges, and yes, it looks like we're going to break through, but the question is it sustainable, and will it be supported by economic fundamentals?
And tomorrow, President Obama, of course, gives his big speech. Ahead of this, there are some investors who are arguing for the benefits of sequestration. What are your views on that?
Oh, God, I don't know. I really don't have the answer to that. And you know what? It almost, I don't mean to be dismissive. It is what it is, and as investors, we'll just have to deal with it. I think to make investment decisions today based on some kind of preconceived outcome of these negotiations would be foolish. I think you wait, and you just simply see what happens, and then you act accordingly. And if you're nervous and don't know what to do, then don't do anything or take some money off the table, because I prefer to look at the bigger picture and to look at the overall markets and where we are and where we might or might not be going, more from a technical point of view than from a fundamental point of view. And I think this is a bit more challenging at the moment, and I'm not. It's not that I'm dismissive of our politicians. I just think that it's what's the right word? I think they tend to make a lot of commotion and a lot of noise and don't seem to get a lot done. So I'm not going to really do anything investing wise in anticipation of what they might or might not do. I'll just wait and see.
And tomorrow, the Eurozone finance ministers meeting heads into a second day. Are you expecting anything new coming out of the Eurozone meeting?
No, and I mean, I know I'm going to sound, maybe too cynical to your viewers, but no. The answer is It's so hard for us over here to separate the wheat from the shaft, and how much of it's rhetoric and how much of it has substance. And talk is cheap, and we get a lot of talk both from the Eurozone and from our own politicians. I think the proof will be in the pudding. I, I think that we learned 6 months ago that that they're committed to protecting the euro and making it work, and I accept that. I mean, it seems like a reasonably strong and sincere objective, and so I assume that's in fact what they're going to do. I think the whole concept of the eurozone is interesting because it's sort of like trying to herd cats. I mean, you have 16 or 17 different countries all going in different directions, and yet you're trying to unite them under a unified monetary policy when you have so many different cultural differences and political differences within each of those countries. Uh, challenging at best. Challenging at best to make it work.
Thanks, Ted. This is Andrea Say reporting for The Street.